What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, Xbox just can't seem to catch a break right now. All signs seem to point to some big Nintendo announcements on the horizon, and it's Zelda Day here at IGN. This is your daily fix. The UK government's Competition and Markets Authority, or CMA, has moved to prevent Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The decision to block the deal wasn't due to anything related to Call of Duty after all. It was because of the implications for cloud gaming. The CMA said the deal would alter the future of the fast-growing cloud gaming market, leading to reduced innovation and less choice for UK gamers over the years to come. Microsoft retaliated by saying it will appeal the decision, saying it is disappointed by the result that, quote, appears to reflect a flawed understanding of this market. Brad Smith, Vice Chair and President of Microsoft, said, "We remain fully committed to this acquisition and will appeal." The CMA's decision rejects a pragmatic path to address the competition concerns and discourages technology innovation and investment in the United Kingdom. We've already signed contracts to make Activision Blizzard's popular games available on 150 million more devices, and we remain committed to reinforcing these agreements through regulatory remedies. The CMA said Microsoft failed to provide a solution to its concerns over the deal's impact on the cloud gaming market. While the CMA deemed that Xbox making Activision Blizzard games like Call of Duty exclusive to its consoles wouldn't make sense, it did not reach the same decision about cloud gaming. It said, Microsoft has a strong position in cloud gaming services, and the evidence available to the CMA showed that Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Activision's games exclusive to its own cloud gaming service. The deal would reinforce Microsoft's advantage in the market by giving it control over important gaming content such as Call of Duty, Overwatch, and World of Warcraft. The evidence available to the CMA indicates that, absent the merger, Activision would start providing games via cloud platforms in the foreseeable future. Now, Martin Coleman, chair of the independent panel conducting the Xbox investigation, said, cloud gaming is growing fast with the potential to change gaming by altering the way games are played, freeing people from the need to rely on expensive consoles and gaming PCs, and giving them more choice over how and where they play games. This means that it is vital that we protect competition in this emerging and exciting market. Microsoft already enjoys a powerful position and head start over other competitors in cloud gaming, and this deal would strengthen that advantage, giving it the ability to undermine new and innovative competitors. Cloud gaming needs a free, competitive market to drive innovation and choice that is best achieved by allowing the current competitive dynamics in cloud gaming to continue to do their job. Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick said in an open letter to staff that while the CMA's decision to block the deal wasn't good news for the companies, quote, it is far from the final word. Kotick vowed to join Microsoft in contesting the decision and said work has already begun to appeal it in the UK Competition Appeals Tribunal. He said, we're confident in our case because the facts are on our side. This deal is good for competition. The CMA's decision is perhaps the most pivotal milestone in Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard so far and has been a long time coming. The UK government department announced it would be conducting an investigation into the $68.7 billion deal last summer, with its progression being watched carefully by the entire industry. A lot of the conversation revolved around Call of Duty exclusivity, but Microsoft reportedly offered Sony a 10-year deal to guarantee the franchise would continue to appear on PlayStation. In March, the CMA seemed to soften its stance against the merger, which makes today's decision quite surprising. We will continue to follow the story here at IGN. In more bad news for Microsoft, its latest earnings report for the last 3 months show that Xbox hardware sales are down 30% year over year. CFO Amy Hood did say that the prior year was riding a high of increased console supply. However, I can't help but wonder if the complete lack of big exclusives for over a year now had anything to do with it. What's more, Microsoft's overall gaming revenue was down 4%, although Hood actually said that decline was ahead of expectations, so not as bad as they thought. Xbox content and services revenue, which includes Game Pass, was up slightly by 3%. There has, of course, been virtually no Xbox exclusives released over the past year and change. It might be that Game Pass, while still a great deal, isn't doing enough of the heavy lifting to replace big exclusive games and entice people to buy an Xbox. However, we've got Redfall coming out next week and Starfield in September. Over the next quarter, Hood said, we expect Xbox content services revenue growth in the low to mid-teens, driven by third-party and first-party content as well as Xbox Game Pass. Let's switch gears to Nintendo Switch. The company has announced it will return to Gamescom in Germany this August. Earlier this year, Nintendo said it would not be attending E3 in June, and then of course, E3 ended up being canceled altogether. But Gamescom is actually a much bigger show in terms of attendance, and Nintendo hasn't been on the show floor since 2019. Although to be fair, the 2020 and 2021 Gamescoms were online events because of the pandemic. So Nintendo is returning to Gamescom and has its own Nintendo Live show happening in Seattle in September. The The company is making moves. I can't help but think this is it. We are finally getting new Nintendo hardware. Whether it's a more powerful Switch or a new system altogether, I can't say, but it's definitely time. The aging Switch hardware is 6 years old and light years behind other current-gen consoles. In any case, IGN will be at Gamescom later this summer, so whatever Nintendo has up its sleeve, we will check it out and report back to you. And finally, it's Zelda Day at IGN. 2 of our editors got hours of hands-on playtime with The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and we've got a blowout of content taking over the site. We've got a huge preview which found that while a lot of the sequel does feel very familiar, perhaps the most exciting aspect is the fact that you can now interact with nearly everything in the game. Our own Brian Altano said, with every puzzle and conflict having such a ridiculous array of solutions, the results will likely be endlessly astonishing and entertaining. Now, weapon durability is possibly the most contentious aspect of the original game, and your weapons will definitely still break in Tears of the Kingdom. But Link's got a really cool new power this time around called Fuse that allows you to strengthen and enhance the properties of a weapon by fusing another item to it. Not only does it make your weapon less likely to break quickly, it also means it will do more damage against enemies. We also now know that Korok quests are returning for the sequel. There are, however, some more complex puzzles that have even greater rewards. At one point in our playtime, we had to reunite 2 separated Koroks, which rewarded us with 2 Korok seeds instead of 1. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is just over 2 weeks away. To make the wait a little more bearable, head over to IGN.com and bask in all the new info we learned from our hands-on preview. And that is your Daily Fix for Wednesday, April 26th. Now that you're caught up on the news, check out a review of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, an excellent way to spend the next couple weeks while you're waiting for Zelda. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your gaming news, stay tuned to IGN.